Well, hello everybody and welcome back to yet another slightly windy Sunday. What a surprise. But it's a, nice moment with a bit of a break in the rain. So I thought we would try and squeeze a look in at the gardens because, Sunday and stuff. Hopefully, I've got things a little better set up with the camera. I don't know, you're just going to have to let me know in the comments, and I guess I'll find out when I do the edit. But I have the mic on a slightly different setting, so hopefully I'll be a little bit louder. I recognize that last video was a little bit quiet from a lot of the comments that I got. And I've got it on a landscape setting for the camera mode, so hopefully the colors won't be jumping around quite as much as, I felt they were in that last video. So yeah, enough babbling about the camera. Let's get looking at the plants. It's a garden update. All right. So I guess we'll kind of start over here. The lemon tree that I brought up it's been suffering, but I think it's still kind of alive. I'm not 100% sure either way. Here's one of the random tomatoes that I brought outside. Oh, excuse me. This sprouted up after, I think it was a pepper was in this planter, and it died off, and then all of a sudden it just kind of sprouted. There was a couple of tomatoes that came up. I ended up putting one of the extra Thai basils in there. But yeah, this tomato is already producing a couple fruit. Looks like it's a indigo rose. What a surprise. Got another little one coming on up there. So I was going to move this somewhere that it could get better light, but it seems pretty content here, which is terrible because there's a garbage pile behind it and stuff. So obviously I'm going to have to clean that up so we can do nicer updates. But it's also, the chickens got to make their peace, right here by the currants. These red currant bushes, or this red currant bush, came with us from Penticton, and it was an itty-bitty thing then. Gave us hardly any fruit last year. But I mean, look at it this year. This thing is just loaded and ready to go. I am really, really excited. A lot of the fruit trees and bushes this year are just looking like they're going to be very productive. So once the race gets started with the birds, I'll have to really be on top of it. But yeah, that's really exciting. I guess we'll go look at the birds. Somebody wants a little attention. Screaming freak. Nothing to say now? Yeah, that's about what I figured. Alright, I'm guessing that means Bunty has laid her egg for the day. She likes to let us know. She likes to let the whole neighborhood know. So yeah, I'll collect those after these clips. Anyway, there is Bunty. Thinking of the berry bushes, the underside of this one, honeyberry or hascat berry. Like I say, I've got to look for the signage on this. Kind of lost track of it. Just loaded. So again, like I was saying, it's going to be, I think, a really good year for the assorted berries and stuff. So that is fabulous. Meads, sauces, just plain dried berries, fresh berries. It's also, well, very, very good for you, and very, very delicious. Yes. And here's a lovely bit of promising as well. These cherries, I'm not counting my cherry crumble before it's baked, but I think I might be able to safely count on a couple of cherry tarts. Yeah, very exciting, very exciting. Lots of those flowers seem to be, hanging on to survive and hopefully become those big, dark cherries. Oh, so tasty, so tasty. And they go all the way up top here. Very productive tree. Very pleased about that. So yeah, no progress on the Chaos Garden build this year, or this week I should say. I've pulled quite a few dandelions out for the chickens because they do love those. And I have got something kind of taking it apart this week. We can see fresh piles here, and something found one of the stakes, made a little tunnel right along the end, comes out the other end here. There's a couple of spots up in there. I'd zoom, but the zoom sucks on this camera. So that's interesting. Not quite sure what's digging in there. I'm hoping, you know, worst case scenario, it's just a garter snake. Keep the area free of mice and slugs, so that is, you know, that's kind of acceptable. Larger greens we can see in here are the sunflowers. Some are doing better than others. Sounds like somebody's just ripping her on the highway. That's like 3/4 of a mile away. Pumpkins. Now here, I was pretty sure I had only planted 2 spots, but looks like a 3rd spot's coming up, and that would certainly explain this open space, because that didn't really make sense. Still not really anything coming up. Oh, I was about to be very, very wrong. Look at that. That is definitely shard. So is that. So is that. Okay. That might be a little bit up there. I think the next couple of weeks are going to show us something very interesting here. Might get to see some very nice shard production. Oh, see, that looks kind of like some right there too. Oh, very exciting. Huzzah, huzzah. Alright, a lot of the strawberries died off when I forgot to water it, but we can see they are sturdy little buggers hanging on. So, wonderful. This pineberry, on the other hand, its roots seem to go down nice and deep. Still looking to see some fruit forming on there, but I suspect all things in time, you know? Looking at the carrot and radish bed. I don't know, I think this is what, 21 days since I planted the radishes. Says 28 days, but I don't think they're going to be ready in a week. Let's pull a couple and see where they're at, though. It's cute. Little baby radishes. Don't think they're going to be ready in another 7 days, though. Lots of them coming up, so that's very exciting. Lots of carrots coming up. That too is very, very exciting. I think it's starting to rain again, though, so I may have to get the umbrella. Don't want to soak this new camera. Alright, freshly armed with and hiding under an umbrella. Looking at the sister's garden. You can see lots of the pumpkins are coming up in those 3 little mounds. Definitely going to have to thin a couple out of here, which is, you know, kind of tragic, but at the same time, not really. I'd rather have to thin some out than try and, you know, buy some at the store at this point. So again, with the thinning, I may need to pull some of the corn out of this particular row. Easily the best sprouting rate of any of the 4 of them. Probably should have been 6 to 8 inches apart. Not even close to that. Some of them are like 2 inches apart. But honestly, kind of wasn't expecting this sort of germination rate, so I'll take the positive where I can find it, you know. Speaking of positives, let's see. Try and find it with the camera here. Looking at the bunker garden, we've got little tiny pepper balm forming on that 1 lemon hab, and beside it, still on a lemon hab, we've got much nicer one forming, so that is excellent. Haven't found any on the Caribbean Reds yet, but I mean, it is pretty early, especially considering, you know, I'm in Manitoba, so yeah, lots of flower starts though, so I'm very hopeful, very hopeful. And then looking over at the new pepper area, I found a very sizable, oh, here it is, very sizable pepper start in there. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. I pointed out, but the other hand is holding an umbrella, so what do you do? What do you do? Alright, well apparently I either entirely missed a clip or it died mid-clip, so not quite sure how much of this we've seen. However, looks like some of the super hots are still trucking along fairly well. These Naga Vipers are definitely doing much better since they're in the ground. That one Bahutolokia chocolate habanero with the purplish leaves, still love that coloration, so that is fabulous. And quickly we'll look up at the Trinidad Scorpion Butch T Reds here. just growing right along. Very, very excited by that. Alright, here I will intentionally end the clip, and we'll go check out front real quick. On our way up front, we've got the Dungeon Oregano that is just loving the sunshine. No surprise there. And the Sugar Rush Cream from last year survived being brought out. It survived the winter of torture. Looks like it's trying to put on some green growth. Really don't know if it's going to have the opportunity to put on fruit, but I'll be curious to wait it out and find out. And then all the way up front, all that I've got planted up here so far is that one little lemon habanero that came out under the calash, the little Caribbean red that's finally got some surviving growth on it, and this little miter over here, which I think has a tiny fruit on it. So let's see if we can see it just there. Struggled a little bit when I first brought it out, but seems to have bunkered in. We've got some new growth out the bottom. Who knows, this may turn out to be a good spot for tomatoes. First year I've tried them here, really. And yeah, I still need to clean that up. But it's been kind of raining all weekend, which is, not necessarily conducive to playing outside. Great for the farmers, though, and great for the gardens. So I'm certainly not complaining. Alright, so hopefully the sound was a little bit better in this video than it was in the last one, and the chicken starts to go apey again. And yeah, contrast is a bit of an issue. Trying to keep the camera under the umbrella right now, so that's not really helping. Yeah, I don't know. Learning new stuff as I grow. Nothing new there. I hope you enjoyed the look around at the gardens. Would have made it a little bit longer and less distracted, but dealing with the new camera, and it's kind of raining out, so yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and yeah, probably see you on, oh no, don't turn, we'll lose the light. And I guess I'll probably see you on Thursday for a quick update in the Bears garden. So take care everybody, and I will see you then.